What is up, guys? We're back for another edition of the Bird Speedrun. If I'm not mistaken, today's day number 30. Let's get it going. It's time to go. And yeah, some things in life literally never change. I need to lower the volume. All right, here we go. Let me check that the recording is good. Recording looks nice. Let's play F4. Classic bird. G6, we play C4 here. All right, let's play knight C3. Okay, E4, we're just gonna try to finish this row of pawns, connect 4. C5 is the theoretical move here. I would be astounded if he plays C5. I don't think he's gonna do it. I don't expect it. It's time to go. Yeah, I just had a big dinner. I went to the steak place. Told the steak guy, give me as much steak as you possibly can. And anyway, now I'm really full. E5 just kicks the knight out. This is why this this F pawn is so useful here. Look at this. Because I have an extra F pawn on the board, I'm not taking with a single pawn and having a weakness. Instead, I have a very nice pawn tree here. Knight should go to E8, but already black is in very serious trouble here. Let's play H3. Push the bishop out. H3 might have been a little bit inaccurate. He might have been able to play knight G3. That would have led to a really wild position. Anyway, my opponent plays bishop H8. He's trying to get the knight out. He is trying to get the knight out. I guess we should not play G4 then. Let's just castle queenside. Let's castle queenside. It's time to go. We gotta get this thing moving. This is just atrocious. Look at this. Check. He has to go to G7. And I should have some sort of, maybe I don't have G4 immediately. I thought I had G4, but he plays knight G3. Do I have any mate there? Well, rook F7, then we play E6. This is definitely going to be over. 100% this is going to be over. We'll take. Yeah, what should I do here? Do I have any... You know, actually, if I play queen E6, I can hold on to everything. If he plays knight G7, I play bishop H6. He can't win this pawn back that easily. Of course, I could have just traded queens and been up a rook and had a really easy win, but I like this more. Knight F6. Should I throw in the check? There's really no need to throw in the check yet. Let's just play G4. I need to rest open the position here. If I could get my rook in the game, the checkmate will immediately fall pretty much. As long as his bishop stays on the board, bishop H6 is not mate. We're waiting him out like Rambo in the jungle. Rambo. That's a cool movie. But yeah, anyway, I probably ate like, I don't know, like a pound and a half of steak. I've been able to do it in the past, but tonight, I don't know. I think it took a lot of energy out of me. I had to stop by my favorite Italian place for an espresso. A late night espresso. Because I knew I was going to be recording these speedruns. So, you know, business comes first, if you know what I mean. Screw my sleep schedule. My sleep schedule doesn't matter. Never mind the fact that I have lessons tomorrow morning. We'll deal with that when it comes. For now, we're focused on the bird speedrun. I've had the espresso. I've had the espresso of destiny. And it's time for the bird speedrun. What an uncomfortable position. If he takes, I just take with the pawn and I build F7 into concrete. Extremely uncomfortable position for him at the moment. All right, I'll just take another pawn. If he takes, I'm going to play rook G1 and be playing for checkmate. Somehow or other, he's still holding on after bishop G7. Bishop G7, I don't have an immediate win. I'd love to play bishop H6 and try to force the rook through to G8, but he takes with a check. So that doesn't work just yet. Okay, he takes there, I'll take back. He takes, I'll take. Time is up, buddy. It's really time to go, man. You got to keep it moving. It's so funny. Look at this. Both of these knights are so far from this pawn. Both of them are 3 moves from capturing the pawn. Yeah, this position is fantastic. Knight A8. Okay, he obviously has one idea in mind. Wait, I had mate in one. Why? I was so focused on dominating the knight, I forgot about the checkmate. All right, that's mate. It's time to go. We're up to 1262. Let's get it going. I really want to get to 1300 before the end of this this episode. I gotta get my rating up. It's time to go. Let's play d5. Yeah, people were asking me to play different systems, so I just played c5 habitually there. It was practically muscle memory. But going forward, we're going to be switching things up. Let's play d3, bishop d6, just castle. Completely normal position here. h6, does he want to take? Taking is not good. I have fantastic bishops here. I have the right angle triangle here. This is not normally such a bad structural thing if you have the right angle triangle. It's the best type of double pawns you can have. Meaning it's not that good, but compared to other much worse types of double pawns, it's really not a bad deal. He's going to really regret it if he pushes g4. All right, let's play queen f4. Very uncomfortable position now. I'm threatening to take and play check. Can't really do anything though. If he plays g3, he drops the knight. He could try g4, but that looks really spicy. I think that's too much spice for my guy. Ooh, we could take here. Look at that. He takes, but I get a piece. I took a knight and a queen, and he's only got a queen and a bishop, and I get another knight. So we're up a piece here. It's time to go. Let's play d4, keep everything closed. Rook e8. Game should be over shortly. Rook b3, just drilling the rooks in. Other rook is going to come to e2. This is such an uncomfortable position for him. I guess he's going to keep throwing the pawn forward. I want to put the bishop on d2. Slice into e1. This is the boa constrictor method. All right, I'll take the pawn. He's going to play rook a1. Try to get some activity. I'll just play bishop b6. Nice. Okay, we're up to 1269. Let's go. f4. f4. We haven't gotten that many bird aborts. Only a few bird aborts so far. Okay, knight f3. All right. e3, yep. a6. a6, that's actually a pretty legitimate move. I'm going to just play bishop b2 and move sooner. Not as nearly as bad a move as it looks. We can't play bishop b5 anymore, so it's not that bad. It does something. Unfortunately for our opponent, we can still put our bishop on either of these squares, and those would still be good options. But let's not ruin the fun. Let's not kill the vibe here. Let him have his day. Play bishop d3. Bishop d3 is not necessary. I could definitely have played bishop e2. I just wanted to take the game under slightly different waters to show you that it's also fine to get this structure here with the c-pawn. With the c-pawn doubled, because we're going to get an open c-file for the rook. We'll be able to play knight c3, knight a4. All right, let's play knight c3. d4, I always have knight a4. I'm really doubling down on this bishop here. Again, I want to remind you guys that in this position, bishop e2 is just so much simpler. Like with this bishop d3 stuff, do not try this at home. This could easily go wrong for white. Definitely still fine for white, but it could easily go wrong. So the simpler positions are after bishop e2. And after bishop e2, you could just slowly play for d3 and e4. And what are we doing here? Should I play knight a5? Knight e5 looks very interesting. I don't really see what knight e5 does, though. I could play knight h4. Knight h4, he plays bishop h7, then I throw in f5. I don't know what's going on there, but neither does he, so we're going to do it. Wild stuff. If he takes here, I can take here. He takes there. I think I'm winning a piece. No, that's just an even trade. That is just an even trade. If he takes here, takes... Okay, so here we play f5. This is what I was going for. His bishop is completely shut in now. Knight looks very strange. Knight is definitely wobbling. Knight is wobbling on the edge. But, you know, you never know. That is a terrible move. He is going to pay the piper for that move. This is a very classic thing that you see at lower levels. Players don't really understand what your move did, and then they just instinctively try to stop it with your pawn. They try to stop pawn advances with a pawn of their own, even if you weren't threatening to advance any further. All right. How are we going to do this? I would love to bring my knight over to e6. So I was thinking takes. I could take with the knight. And that doesn't look that good. Let's just end with the bishop instead. We'll trade with the knight first. It's time to go. We're at 12:69, only 10 minutes in. I think we're definitely going to finish this day above 1300. I can feel it. It's time to go. Such an uncomfortable position for him. All right, I'm just going to try to steamroll him. If I could get my pawn to d5, this bishop is never going to be able to get out. That's what I'm going for. d5, we're just completely crunching in on this e6 square. He has nothing. Just waiting around here. Just hanging around. Could also drive the queen to f7. That would be really annoying. He can't play bishop g8 because of takes. But what else is he to do if he ever pushes the pawn? We just take. Such an uncomfortable position for him at the moment. He has to try e6 immediately. We take, they take. I guess technically bishop f5. Well, that can't be good. That's definitely not good. Let's start with d5. Getting the pincer's grip on this pawn. On this square, his queenside, or sorry, not his queenside, his kingside is completely locked in now. Has to play knight e5. I'm gonna chop with the bishop. He takes back and then queen f7. Just an outrageously uncomfortable position for him. It's time to go. Yeah, we're waiting here. Knight d8. Knight d8 stops queen f7. The guy really wants to stop me from playing queen f7. We'll just continue the pawn storm though. He could not push this yet. I'm just going to take. Yeah, that is not going to work for him. What is he going to do in this position? I have a very simple plan. I'm just going to play c5, c6, start to open things, and then double my rooks on the c file. Very easy play for white. It's the bird. It's the, this is the name of the game. a5, okay, we play c5. Play c5. Can't be any problems with that. No problem, sir. We're just forcing the pawns through. We're going to play double the rooks up, force the pawns through, open some files. The win should be done and done. Okay, rook a6. Let's put the rook on c1. Yeah, most grandmasters from the black side would have already resigned this position. It's just a disastrous looking position. c6, that's an interesting move. Let's play rook d1. The d file is going to open, and unfortunately for him, I have the pieces that are going to be attacking on the d file. His pieces are still over on the king side playing a game of Twister. Playing a game of Twister or a game of Logjam. Bishop takes would also be extremely annoying. Hitting the rook, also threatening bishop e6. Extremely uncomfortable situation for him at the moment. I don't know what he's going to do, but it's time to go. Okay, let's dig the queen into e8. This is just a disaster. This is an unmitigated disaster. And look at how good this bird pawn was. This f pawn just completely digs into these squares. He's never going to be able to get these pieces out. It's domination. I'm going to throw my pawn forward at some point, but I got to be a little careful. I don't want to let the bishop get out. I'll probably take this way. Yeah, takes, he has to take with the pawn. He can't take with anything else because my bishop is attacking. And then I'll sneak my bishop through. I'll play bishop d3, attack his rook, then bishop c4 to attack this rook. Finally end with bishop e6 check to ultimately... That's a good idea. He's really trying to break free. He's really trying to break free. He wants to get his bishop out to c5. What are we going to do here? I can take like I can move like 5 different pawns in this position. I like taking this way actually, but no, takes this way, he takes. Then we can always play queen d7 check and I'll win the bishop still. Yeah, let's just do that. That's definitely the simplest. He has to try bishop takes c5 here, but I just throw a check in, he still has nothing. We're going to trade queens, then I take the bishop. Okay. That's game, sir. I'll take my rating. This guy's higher rated. We're gonna get a hefty amount of points. We might get 9 points or even 10. A big haul here on the GM Raven show. Yep, this is still looking like a disaster. F-pawn is still dominating the whole position. I cannot identify a single good piece in his structure here. Very uncomfortable situation for him at the moment. Really tricky position. All right, nice. Let's go. 1278. 1278, we're going for it. Okay, we'll play e5 here. I have 3, knight c6. Bishop c4, let's play knight f6. Let's go for the 2 knights. Knight g5. Okay, we'll play d5. This is standard theory. I'm not sure if this move works. This move is definitely going to work at this level. There should be something wrong with knight d4, but I remember it being an interesting idea and it only being slightly inaccurate. I think he was supposed to play c3 here. Because after knight c3 already, we have h6, the knight goes back to f3, and then we're going to play bishop g4. Already a very uncomfortable position for him. Very simple plan here. I'm just going to take, ruin his structure, then drill my queen in and play for checkmate. Checkmate wins the game. That's what we're playing for. Let me play c6 here. I could definitely take and have a decent position, but I don't care. I want to keep my knight. I want to keep my knight on this fantastic square. He plays bishop e2. That's a good move. Who taught this guy all these good moves? I want to know. I want names. Who taught you your good moves, sir? Yeah, bishop e2 is a fantastic move there. I should have definitely taken, but I just got too lost in the sauce. All right, we'll take this way. I think black still has very good compensation, though, truth be told. Where should I put my bishop? All of these squares. There's an argument for all of these squares. I guess I'll put my bishop on d6. It's pointed in the most natural way at the king side here. Eventually, we're going to be playing for e4. Knight is really fantastic here. He cannot dislodge this knight easily at all. If he ever plays knight e2, then he blocks his queen, and I can take. This is what, okay, well, there we go. It's time to go. We're castling. Knight g3. He better hurry up and get his king out. Okay, I'm just going for this. I'm going to start taking pawns. I'm really interested into what these people are thinking. Like, they must notice that I'm playing really, really strong moves for someone rated 1278. Okay, we're going to take. He'll play rook h1. We'll play queen g2. He still has no attack, and his knight is a bit loose. I mean, not his knight, sorry, his rook. If his rook were to go to h1, then his knight would be tied to it, and I would try to just distract the knight. He plays knight e2. Let's play rook d8. I would bet he's going to try this, but my queen can take. So what's he going to do? What's the plan? What's the plan, Buster? He could play queen d2 to try it this way, but then I would take the rook with check. Bishop e3. So this is what I was going for. I really wanted to play e4 here and just wreck the structure open. The idea is he cannot take twice because my rook is x-raying his queen. Is he going to blunder it? Takes bishop e4, and he is in the dragon's den. I don't know. He's at this point, we're playing people who are relatively strong. I'm not sure if this would be someone who would blunder this. And judging by the amount of time he's taking, I think he sees it. He sees it, but at the same time, he doesn't know how to continue. It's a tricky position after all. And it's time to go. You can play queen c1, then we throw in a check. c3. This pawn is extremely weak here. He wants to take now. That's what he's going for. Can we play knight g3? Knight g3 is wild. I'm definitely going to get Vlad called on me if I play knight g3. Insane move. Knight cannot take because the rook is hanging. The idea is if pawn takes, I play rook e8. And yeah, that position is a complete mess. That almost works. That almost works, but it doesn't work. And if it doesn't work, then I can't play it because it doesn't work. Bishop c5 could be very interesting. Bishop c5, I'm maintaining the pin. If he takes, I take with the knight. He plays d4, I play knight e4. Yeah, I'm threatening a lot there. Let's go for it. Definitely good enough. If he plays d4, he hasn't solved his main issue, which is that his queen and his king are stuck. Queen d2, okay, thanks, buddy. We're taking the queen. Nice, that's a good win. 1286, we're getting up there. 1286, we're playing I Stand with Ukraine, or sorry, Vitlit 72. Big guy. I like the profile pic. All right, we're playing e4. I'm looking this up in, I'm adding this to my course. Someone mentioned that my course didn't have f4, knight f3, and then d6, bishop g4. So I am adding it for all you at home who are wondering where in the bird course this line is. It's currently in production in the bird factory. I'm very close to being done with the updates. I probably only have like 1 or 2 more days. Some really interesting lines. Essentially what happened was that there were just a lot of courses that I had to check the recommendations against. And so in doing so, I've just been looking at a lot of Chessable stuff and seeing what people are recommending and, you know, going to my notes and going back to the chalkboard and yeah, you got what I mean. What is the chalkboard what I'm thinking of, or the project board? Going back to the basics. This knight is hit. Yeah, he is in a lot of trouble here. Let's play c4. We're going to just try to steamroll him with e5. Queen b3 is also going to be very annoying hitting this pawn. In general, if they do not have a bishop on c8 for whatever reason, you want to try to play queen b3 and bum rush them. Okay, well here queen b3 would run into knight c5, so we're not going to do it just yet. We'll play knight c3. Very uncomfortable position for him still. If he ever plays this, I trade and I create a weakness there. I'm going to be able to target it with bishop h3. Great position here at the moment. a6, that's a big waste of time. I want to play f5. Now we're pincing in on the structure. If he lets us get a pawn to h5, he's never, okay, that's a really atrocious move. Because now if he can't play g6, how is he going to be able to castle? How is he going to be able to get this bishop out? This is pawns on the 5th rank. This is pure domination. I go over this in my positional intuition course. He's about to really start suffering. And it's time to go. Let me know in the comments, how many times have I said that? I feel like I've definitely said that a relatively large amount of times. I think normally in every episode I average like saying it 10 times, but I easily think that today I said it 20 times. Okay, takes. He's still completely pinched in. The cool thing is that while my king is also probably not going to castle, I can just sit my king on f2 and it doesn't impede the development of my pieces at all. Yeah, I would assume this is already very close to winning. King f2 is a really nice, cheeky move. Just get out of the pin. No tricks, no traps. Literally no ideas for him. I'm going to play queen d4, push his queen out with b4, slowly start getting play going on the queen side. Another idea is a4, b4. Knight c5, let's play queen d4. Oh, he has knight b3. Knight b3 is a cheeky move. Is he going to see knight b3? Knight b3, he actually still has problems. Takes, I play queen b4, and I go for a counterattack against him. Or queen b6, that's... Alright, so he's going that way. He's going to be really suffering, though, if he does that. I'm playing b4 next. He's in a lot of trouble here. Yeah, b4, it doesn't matter that he's finally liberated his bishop slightly. He's losing a piece. e5. e5, let's just play queen c4, keep everything protected. No tricks. Queen lasers down this weakness. I guess he's going to try d5. It's like his last hope, but d5... d5 I could just take with the pawn. My pawns look really mangled, but I am still winning a piece here. He has a debt. His position carries a debt that he could not possibly repay. Queen b6 takes, queen b2. Looks like he's forking rook and king, but I can always play bishop b2. Rook defends the other. No problems here. We're getting up there. 1286. I think we're like 2 games from 1300. What's the time currently? 26 minutes? Yeah, we're going to make it. We're definitely going to make it. It's 26 minutes, but I'm definitely going to cut out some of the dead air. And so it should be lowered to like, I don't know, like 23 minutes, 22 minutes, 25 minutes, maybe even 27 minutes. Don't ask me how that would work. Yeah, this is looking pretty tough for them. Looking pretty tough for them. I'm really happy I had that espresso. If not for the espresso, the steak would have taken me out. Can't have steak right before a speed run. What was I thinking? Okay, b5. b5 is a great move. I didn't consider b5. It looks like he's saving his piece, but fortunately I can still just take. I'm up a pawn. Have a completely winning position here. I probably should have taken this one first. Structurally speaking, it's really terrible. His bishop is behind his pawns. My bishop is contrary to his, complementing my pawns. Really terrible position for him at the moment. I guess he has to try rook c8. I'll play rook c1 just to defend these things. Yep, he has nothing here at the moment. Knight e4, I can just take with the knight. It's time to go. Bishop e6. We could take here. Sorry, let me just take this one. I'm up a pawn. We're doing it. I won a pawn. Knight h5. All right. We could definitely check. King f8 takes. He takes. Am I winning there or am I just losing? I have enormous play there, honestly, but it's still... Okay, he's threatening some bishop h4, funny business. You know, honestly, I think I have enormous compensation after bishop f7. I'm going to go for it. The idea of bishop f7 here is he's going to play king f8. I'll take, he takes. I throw in a check, and I play knight d5, and I have complete domination there. None of his pieces can move. I'm going to play f6, and the game should just be over. I got to watch out for this check. So I got to get my rook out of the way first before anything else. Throw the check in. He cannot play bishop g5 on account of h4. Has to go back somewhere. King h7 would probably not do the job because of bishop g6. Has to go back to f8. I play knight d5. His pieces are completely stifled there. Rook cannot move at all because of bishop takes h6. I don't see what he would even do there. That's just a disastrous position for him. Okay there, but this is mate. Nice. All right, 1293. One more game. Come on. Let's go. 1293. Playing the black pieces. Let's play e6. Let's play the French. I'm thinking of it now. No one requested the French. Everyone requested the Perk, the Caro-Kann, even the Scandi a bit. No one likes the French, apparently. We'll play this interesting, extremely drawish variation known as the Fort Knox. Fort Knox variation. All right, takes. D3 is not supposed to be good. You're supposed to play D4 in these structures. If black is not advanced to E5, then you should be taking the full center. Let's play B6 and bishop E7. All right, rook E1. Rook E1, what are we going to do? What is going to be the plan here? It would be good to start getting some space with this queenside majority. I'll play A6 and B5. Yeah, the one tricky part about the speedrun is that I know at this level I can still pretty much play any type of strategy and they're not going to be equipped to really deal with it. Like against a grandmaster would just play A4 here and guarantee that I'm not going to get anything going on my queenside. It's not going to happen here though. He's going to let me do what I want. So that's definitely going to be something I have to keep in mind as we start to rise the ranks. I want to play rook d8 and ultimately play c4. His bishop is starting to get a little ugly here. Still very close to equality at the moment. He goes there. We play bishop d6. Very tricky position still. I just played queen c7. Now actually queen b6 makes sense. Just to get out of the line. Before the bishop was over here and my queen was not well placed, while now it's less of an issue. Yeah, I recently resumed Mandarin lessons, and they're really cool. I really, really love Mandarin. I gotta figure out how I can get back to Taiwan. I really love Brazil. I think I'm gonna be living in Brazil, but I don't know, man. Mandarin is such a cool language. It's such a cool language. Could he play Knight G4 here? Knight G4 would be very interesting. Knight G4 threatens to take and threatens a whole bunch of tricks. I think I could play C4 there, though. And I have a lot of pressure. Like Knight G4, C4, he takes, I take. Then he plays Bishop H6. That's a wild position. Look at that. Bishop H6. Completely wild position there. He's threatening mate. I'm not going to be able to take there. I would have to play something like Queen D4 to cover this check. He goes there. That's a big mistake. Big mistake. You can't be giving me your bishop like that. Queen G4. That's his trick. He wants to do some sneaky stuff with Knight F7 and Bishop E6, but we're not letting him. We're going to first attack his queen. Rook D4. If he plays Queen G3, Bishop H4, his queen is practically trapped there. Rook E4, that can't be good. If I take here, that works. I could also take here. No, let's take the extra piece. Let's just take this first. The knight is going to be hanging anyway. Really huge blunder there with Rook E4. It lost to a bunch of different things. Yeah, we're really starting to see a lot of strategy though now. Like this guy is playing a completely coherent strategy. I disagreed with aspects of it, but overall it still made a lot of sense. Like very logical player, very strategically sound player. Let's play Rook D2. We're going to play C4, breakthrough on F2. And yeah, this position is looking very good. Let's play C4. Bishop is unbelievably uncomfortable. Bishop has a choice between this square when, well, now we're going to check and he's blocking the rook, so we have mate. All right, 13:02, guys. We are going to end it here. Thank you all for watching. It's been great. And yeah, 13:02, fantastic. We got like 50 points today. I'll be back tomorrow. I'd been doing a lot of the Quest of 3000s. I'll probably be back tomorrow with another speedrun. So thank you guys. Take care. Bye-bye then.